It's UCB at the Big Church Day Out 2012, and what a privilege to be talking to Nathan and Lou Fellingham. Hi guys.
Hello.
An amazing event. I know you've been here many, many times before, and kind of nice to be in such a salubrious location as well in this library. I imagine you guys spend lots of time in libraries. Am I right?
All the time, actually. Yeah. You can't keep me away. No.
Now, thanks very much for wearing the red, white and blue today, Nathan.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. It's obviously a special weekend.
Obviously a huge year for the UK with the Jubilee and the Olympics and things. And being a person from England, obviously I'm not from England, but what do you think is so special about the United Kingdom?
Fish and chips. Good curry. Oh no, that's not English. What's special about England? Well, we like the scenery. I like the kind of, we're British, we're going to crack on through no matter what.
Stiff upper lip?
Yeah, yeah, without being too kind of rigid, I think. I like the, we'll press on through, but sometimes we could do with loosening up a little bit. But yeah, countryside's pretty.
It is very pretty. We live in Brighton, which is on the south coast. So we have like the sea one side, and then we have the Downs the other side of the city. So it's actually pretty idyllic in that respect. So if only the sea was a little warmer and we didn't have pebbles instead of, and we had sand instead of pebbles, that'd be even better. But you know, you can't have everything, can you? So yeah, but it's pretty cool.
Now you guys have been making music for quite a while now. How did you get started in the music business?
For myself, I was actually part of, my dad is a guy called Dave Fellingham. He was a guy that wrote a lot of songs in the 80s, kind of some of the earlier kind of modern praise and worship songs. And so just growing up in that musical environment, musical house, you know, I learnt to play all sorts of different instruments, and actually started playing with him sometimes at Spring Harvest and other events. And so when I turned 16, we began to talk about the idea of putting a band together, a band that could be used in corporate worship, and also a band that could be used to go into secular environments, so pubs, clubs, that sort of thing, and just to play and be a great witness to God and the gospel in those sorts of environments, which I thought was a great idea. So I kind of really got into it that way. For Lou?
Yeah, I mean, I basically come from a little village, middle of nowhere, you know, but I started singing when I was 7. I was brought up in a Baptist evangelical background where you, at the end of each year, you'd get presented an award depending on how many times you made it to Sunday school over the year, that kind of stuff. And
how many times did you make it?
I got the Bible all the way. No, I can't even remember. But it was just that thing where I began to sing when I was about 7, and I just loved singing. And I think even from that age, I knew that's what I want to do. I want to tell people about Jesus, and I want to sing. And so all the way along, I pushed doors. I sang in vocal groups. I sang in choirs. I went and did local bands, and then I went and worked for Youth for Christ for a year, and then out of that went to Brighton to join this band. So, you know, I guess it's just that thing of having a dream and God actually letting me do it.
So how did Phatfish get started? Well,
like Nath said, his dad had this idea of a band that could be involved in worship and then in pubs and clubs. So there were 4 guys?
There were 4 of us originally, yeah.
And then they were looking for a piano player and a singer, and they'd heard us at Spring Harvest, and then also another friend suggested us, and we kind of all ended up together. It's not very exciting.
Well, it's just quite practical. We needed a singer, somebody recommended Lou. Lou came down.
I moved to Brighton and that was it.
Yeah, that was it.
Do you remember the first song you sang in Sunday school?
Do I? I don't think I do, actually. I started singing harmony really early. I think it's really good to start singing harmony when you're really little, because your ear.
Classic old songs.
There are.
Joy is the flag flying high on the God's love.
Yeah, and God's love is like a circle. There are all sorts of them.
I am a C.
Yeah, oh yeah, we do that.
I am a CH. I don't know if those were the actual dance moves, but
well,
they look pretty official.
Thanks. How has your music changed over the years?
It's just got better and better. That's a good question.
But I think it changes depending on what you're listening to, doesn't it? Stylistically, it's changed a lot depending on what guitarist we've had, because obviously the guitar sound has quite a lot of influence. When we started out, it was kind of a season where jazz, funk, acid jazz, those kind of things were quite in fashion in Brighton, so we were more of a jazz funk band, and it's kind
of... Without the acid.
Yes, without the acid, generally. And then throughout our kind of time, I guess we kind of got a bit rockier with the different guitarists. I think lyrically things changed because we were like, really only Christians are coming to the gigs, whether they were in a pub or not. So it was like, well, we might as well write songs that actually are useful to the people who were coming along. So I guess we kind of changed our focus, and God was quite clear, actually spoke to us very clearly about building his house and writing songs for his house, for his church. Yeah. So we did that, and then I guess as we've done that, things have evolved again in terms of like, if there are people coming in that don't know God or know nothing about it, how do these songs still communicate and connect? And so it's kind of that balance of having songs that Christians can sing along, and then songs that can inspire people who don't know God yet. So. Yeah.
And how long do you think you're going to keep on making music?
As long as I'm allowed to.
Forever and ever and ever and ever.
I don't know, we've still got a lot of songs left in us, I think. And I think because life as a Christian, you know, doesn't have to just be on one level, does it? And so we're always developing and growing, and out of that growing with God, new songs evolve, new things, ideas spark, and new relationships, you meet new people, and different things can get sparked that way as well. So, yeah, we love music, we love God, I love singing to people, and I don't really want to stop, so we'll see if I'm allowed to carry on.
That's great. Well, we'll let you.
Carry
on. Just one more question. If you could only sing or play one more song in this life, what would it be?
That's a hard question.
Yeah, what would it be? Well, When I Survey is a pretty good song, because that has a lot of depth. It tells you all about the truth, that it's like, hey, I've got nothing, it's all his. I love that song. I suppose I'm supposed to say a Phatfish one of Nathan's.
Thanks, darling. Thank you.
Well, Nathan and Lou Fellingham, thanks very much for your time. Great to talk to you.
Thanks,
Thank you.